Whether we're walking, running, driving a car, or riding a bike. We'd never think to ask ourselves, what if? What if these weren't options for getting around anymore, and instead we had to use this? Or these? Unfortunately for one rider student, this is a reality that she's going to have to face during the current semester. I had an opportunity to spend an entire day with junior Christina Occhiogrosso as she learns to adjust to her most recent injury due to an unfortunate bus accident.
15 minutes into the bus trip on the commuter bus, we look to the right of us and we see a mini school bus flipping in the air. And, we obviously struck it. And then the next thing we know, we're into a telephone pole and then into a tree. So my mom called up the rider disabilities department to see if there was anything they could do. Basically, they told my mom that handicapped individuals need to be independent. And, we don't have any volunteer programs that can, push your daughter around or anything like that. And we don't provide any equipment or anything of the sort. I know that there are individuals on campus that are unfortunately disabled from, the time of birth, but people like myself who unfortunately get injured are not used to that kind of thing, so maybe they could have something to help us out.
I also had the chance to sit down with Director of Public Safety, Vicki Weaver, to get her thoughts on this issue.
Routinely, we get together, we look around the campus, both campuses actually, and we do an assessment of what's working well and what our students need. If there's an emergency in their residence hall or in their academic building, we know who they are, we know what their particular issue is. If the person's on the third floor of an academic building, for example, we can help move them from the wheelchair to the evacuatrack chair and get them quickly and safely evacuated out of the building by going down those stairs. So it makes your quality of life better, and it makes it better for all of us.
All of the academic buildings have elevators, which is fabulous because I have to go to class. So I use the elevators to get up and down. And the ramps going into Dailies, into Cranberries, that's great.
A new ramp has also been installed outside of the Moore Library, ensuring those with disabilities or injuries easy access into the building. Additionally, if a person is curious about what Rider does generally to help, they can visit Rider's website, www.rider.edu, and search services for students with disabilities. But just how aware are those on Rider's campus who haven't been injured?
Rider, as far as I know, doesn't do as much as they need to. But what I do know, especially from my time working at Student Escort, if somebody is disabled, then they can call Student Escort, and then we put them on a priority list to make sure they get picked up first.
And as far as his good friend Christina Occhiogrosso goes,
My podmates and I have, made sure that she's been able to get up and down the stairs, get to class on time. Like, her boyfriend Mike has been fantastic for her. Like, he literally puts her on his back and just carries her wherever she needs to be.
it's evident that the university has done all they could to ensure the safety and comfort of those disabled on campus. But there's always room for improvement, so will we see any further changes in 2013? At this point, only time will tell. For the Rundown, I'm Sabrina Safran.